I do just have more confirmation that the 7 hostages have been handed over to the IDF, and the reports are that they can all walk independently. They can all walk by themselves.
That is indeed good news. There's going to be shortly a flash of Hamas convoy carrying hostages towards the Red Cross in Gaza City. One would assume, well, this is not live. This is what we've just seen. Can we have a look at this? There's also a drone video showing a beach display with the writing "Thank you" with a drawing of US President Donald Trump's profile on Tel Aviv beach. A lovely spot that is too.
So he'll see that as he flies in about 25 minutes' time.
There you go. Nice sight for him. He'll love that, Donald Trump. And the IDF has, as you've been saying, Sharri, they've confirmed the new 7 hostages have been transferred into their custody and are on their way to IDF and ISA forces. And they're expecting the additional hostages. So one wonders, you know, the slow release, whether they're from different locations under those tunnels, and that's the way it works. But look, what happened? I mean, Chris Kenny, what happens the day after this? That's one big question. Well, how does it all go from here? When Donald Trump goes to Israel, he goes to Egypt, Knesset, he gives his address. Happy news, hostages home. Then we have the release of the Palestinian prisoners, some sort of 2,000 of them from Gaza and the jails. And then what? Well, yeah, I was just discussing. I just saw some Al Jazeera coverage. They're not describing this as hostages being freed. They're calling this prisoner swap. So that's an idea of the sort of misinformation that's been so prominent in this coverage over the past couple of years. But this is where I think Donald Trump's visit today is so wise, Andrew, because he's going to Israel, of course, yes, to celebrate the ceasefire, celebrate the imminent peace and celebrate the return of the hostages, and he'll speak to the Knesset. But then he's going straight to Egypt to focus on what next, focus on the day after in Gaza. I've got up that list. We talked earlier about who would be there. The French President, Emmanuel Macron, will be there. Crucially, the Turkish President. Again, they've been a country that has supported Hamas. They'll be there. The UK Prime Minister, Spain, Italy, the European Council, the UN Secretary General, of course, the Arab League President, Jordan, Kuwait. Indonesia, importantly, is the largest Muslim democracy in the world. Bahrain, Azerbaijan, the Germans will be there. Norway, that's always played such a prominent role in Middle Eastern peace affairs. Iraq, Pakistan, I mentioned earlier. So there's a list of countries there, lots of significant Muslim countries and significant European countries who can work with Donald Trump for a plan to have a multinational force there, a civilian government, and importantly, the finance to try and begin this focus on reconstructing Gaza. But I do stress, you're going to hear a lot over the next weeks and months about reconstructing Gaza, and the physical part will be what a lot of people focus on. Most important is going to be the social part, getting kids educated, getting people into school and accommodation and healthcare, and trying to undermine this current of Islamist extremism. Unless you get rid of that, peace will be only temporary.
And Sharri,
Andrew, what do you... Yes.
Just to add, Caroline Levitt, Donald Trump's press secretary, who I mentioned was on Air Force One with him, she's released an image on social media of President Trump as he's flying to Israel, about to touch down, watching a live feed of the release of the hostages. He does appear to be watching Fox News, not Sky News Australia, as it turns out, but he's watching Fox News on Air Force One of the vision of the Israeli of the IDF helicopters waiting to transport the hostages. So she said, history in the making. She captured the photo of the live stream taken aboard the flight, and he is expected to land in about 25 minutes. Also, just your point about, you know, where this goes from here in terms of in Australia, I just want to quickly add, now that there is a ceasefire, the hostages have been returned, there is no more military operations currently in Gaza. Surely, Andrew, we need to see now stronger leadership from Anthony Albanese and Tony Burke and others to say this is enough with the Palestinian protests on our streets, which utter hate slogans, call for the death of the IDF, often chants about Jews, certainly chants about Zionists being terrorists. That's anyone who supports Israel. So I think I would like to see personally the government now send a clear signal, even if they don't go to shut them down, which I think is beyond what we can expect from the Albanese government, but at least say it's enough, it's time for these protests to end. There is a ceasefire, because parts of the
Sharri
CBD...
and Chris, I'll tell you what, Sharri and Chris, I've got to say that for a guy who says he was America first, he's the world first here. I mean, it just goes to show you, no matter how much you might try and avoid foreign affairs as a US president, it finds you.
Well, America first, surely, Andrew, is America showing global leadership, ensuring there is world peace. That is what we can expect from an American, that is what we should expect from an American president, isn't it? Playing a role in world peace and ending foreign conflicts. And that's what Trump has been trying to do. It's what he promised to do in his election campaign, and the Israelis love him for it. No one wants this war. No one wanted this war in the first place. It has only brought utter heartbreak to all of Israel and to Jews around the world, and many Palestinian families as well. So hopefully both sides will be celebrating Trump, not just the Israelis.